Hello and welcome to a live stream by me, Mr. Vos. How are y'all doing tonight? Hello Hoover, welcome. Hello Duvel, Nusse, Jake Brick, Major Geeks, who has subscription problems, which is unfortunate. I hope you managed to resubscribe. For the good of my bank account. But also in general, it's annoying when things don't work. It's not the first time. I don't think it's even the first time with you, but I've also seen others have that. The general system is kind of working though, because thank you for the 26 months Carrie. Carrie is like, I won't say anything. Because she hasn't said anything yet. But I will resubscribe. Maybe her keyboard is broken and she can't type. It's only 11 AM here, so good morning everyone. Yeah, I always say good evening, and it is evening for the Europeans. But for the Americans, it's morning or early afternoon. Because, yeah, it's 11 AM in... I mean, Hoover's Canadian, but, you know, Americans as in the continent North America. In Los Angeles, it's 9 or 11 PM now, 11 AM, 9 hours earlier. And in New York, it would be 2 PM, just 6 hours earlier. 11 AM in Hooverland. Yeah, you kind of have your own little country, just your bedroom. That's your country. Alright. Today, I thought we could do a little, somewhat, you know, Pride-themed, because it's Pride Month. Build your own, build park with your suggestions, not build your own. And we're going to use Canyon Calamities. Now, I'm going to remove everything that's here. I just want the landscape. I want to, you know, I used the build your own Six Flags park for this so often. I kind of get bored of it. So I just want the landscape from this, and I'll just remove everything and then build my own park on top of that. Or, well, not really my park if you guys suggest it, but you know what I mean, right? I don't think I'm allowed to alter the land here, am I? We're gonna have to use a lot of cheats. So, first... scenario options. Yeah, I will have landscape changes. Thank you very much. And you know what? I'm gonna make all the guests stupidly rich. Because we can. Hey, thank you for the sub. The Gamer Stash. So we can make a lot of money from them entering the park. And I'm gonna make them... yeah, let's do 50%. A little bit of a challenge, right? Okay. And that is path. But guys, I don't live in Vancouver. I live on an island by Vancouver called Vancouver Island. So you live in Vancouver Island, but I just don't pronounce the word island. Guests not resetting starting cash. Wait, what do you mean? Okay, let's start with the merry-go-round, just for the noise. Drown this one. Okay, I'll put them aside for now. So that they can't leave. I also want a little bit more... yeah, that's... nah, I don't like those kind of... these two. You know, the dirt paths. They feel... they don't feel proper to me. Sometimes they work in some situations. But yeah, they kind of feel dirty. You know, if you have this and then also combined, of course, with this, that just feels... nah. Feels a bit icky or something. They'd get super muddy in any rain too. Yeah. Oh wait, we're gonna drown this one. Wait, hang on. Don't we have... Yeah. Oh, we already have a lot of the rights there. We can't drop people there, can we? No, we're not allowed to do that. I could theoretically build path there, but I can also just make my own drowning pond closer to home. Does Marcel stand for marketable celibate? No. Am I even that marketable? And there you go, guest number 37. Goodbye. Alright, someone said... Who was that? That was a while ago already. Ah, Duvel said that. The shark corkscrew coaster and name it Blahach. Yeah, I'll probably have to give us that. Corkscrew, there are so many. Yeah, great white shark trains. Okay, no one's coming because it's too expensive. We got a lot of money by destroying everything. There we go, now they're coming. So, if you don't know what Blahach is, I'm probably mispronouncing it. It's a plushie, sort of a mascot from of IKEA, something like that. And it's a shark. But as far as I know, it's become sort of an icon for transgender. Yeah, and culture is the right word for it, for transgenderism. You're mispronouncing it, but that's the way most people in the US pronounce it anyway. Yeah, I was about to say, just before Duvel said that, if I was gonna go Swedish, it would probably be like Bloy. Bloy. Something like that. In Dutch, it would be Blahai. Okay, it's a plushie from IKEA, and the mascot from IKEA Japan. Okay. And I'm not exactly sure how it happened or the entire lore around it, but yeah, as far as I know, it's become kind of a transgender icon, which I mean, it's a bit weird to me, the fact, like, how, why? How did that happen? I can probably read up on that. I went to an IKEA once. It was 5 hours away and they were sold out of Blahai. My IKEA is also 5 hours away. If I somehow found a way to travel a few hundred meters per hour. Because it's a comfortable, silly plush. Okay, but why that one? Because there are so many different possible comfortable, silly plushes in the world. Part of the reason is the colors of the shark are kind of the same as the trans flag. It's just light blue and white, right? Or is there also pink in it? Because then it would make more sense. I mean, I'm not complaining it is. Pink in the mouth. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Like, I'm not complaining it is. I'm complaining that it is. I'm just kind of surprised. But I guess now I know. There we go. Big ol' shark trains. They are very long trains, actually. Now, we can't give this the same color, unfortunately. At least I don't think we can. Yeah, the whole bit... Like, we can only change the little bit in the inside. The mouth, the white, the dark blue is all pre-colored, always the same color. Thank you for the 11 months, Claude. People take anything that vaguely has the colors and love to associate it to LGBT stuff. Probably the entire reason why. Yeah, but... And, you know, that's a bit annoying sometimes. Because if I, you know, if I were to wear something rainbow colored outside, you know, a rainbow striped shirt. Especially now in Pride Month, people will probably assume I'm gay. Nothing wrong with that necessarily. But, you know, it can be a bit annoying. But at the same time, I get kind of why. Because they do need support, and having, you know, some symbol is very nice. Especially a symbol that's already well known. But, yeah, sometimes it's definitely too much. Eating fish. Shark? That would be oddly appropriate right now. Griet. What the hell's griet? I've never heard of that in my life. Hang on, let me look that up. Okay, it's kind of a flat fish. It looks a bit flat anyway. Name it Sharknado. Too bad. We're already gonna name it Blahaj. You can name another ride, and if you don't want to, we can refund your points. But we need to name Blahaj for this. You can name the merry-go-round or whatever next ride we build if you want to. Now you know what we can do. There you go. Now it got both names. I'm creative. Now that I have the Wikipedia page of Blahaj open anyway, so that I could copy the little accent on the A from it. Let's read about what exactly happened. So, in 2018, apparently it grew as an internet meme. Yeah, this is the Blahaj, by the way. It's not. I thought it was light blue, but it's not quite light blue. Hey, thank you for the 29 months, Major Geeks. Hang on. So, around this time, Blahaj began to be associated with the LGBT, in particular and particularly transgender communities. IKEA was seen as acknowledging this phenomenon despite not explicitly mentioning it, when the company ran a series of ads in support of the 2021 Swiss same-sex marriage referendum featuring the toy. In response to the announcement that the sale of Blahaj would be discontinued in certain regions, the term Blahaj trended on topic on social media. It became extinct. Yada yada yada. Okay. Why build the station off the ground? Because it looks funny. I mean, it looks good, I should say. You know, that's kind of a realistic thing, really. Stations, or coaster tracks as well, like this S-bend on the ground, that is incredibly unrealistic. You know, this thing has no supports. that that doesn't work. Okay, we have Blahaj. I should say it the correct way. Blahaj. We have Blahaj, Sharknado, ready to be colored. Is there a better way to do this? Well, definitely not that. What if we swap these around? Yeah, I think I prefer the original. It works extremely well on the junior coaster and also on the looping coaster. You have the best laugh. Do I? I never thought of my laugh being like specifically notable in any kind of way. But yeah, I guess. Okay, what do you guys want me to build next? We got a whole bunch of rides to choose from here. But of course, all this stuff. Or something from scenery. Water coaster, do we have it available? We do not. I would prefer if it's from rides that are available. We have water rides. The surfboard coaster. Alright. You can still see where the original coaster was. That's kind of a neat thing that they've done. They kind of colored the ground darker under where the coaster was built. You know, this is an expansion park, but it's not all bad. Oh, you know what? We have construction rights there, right? Which means... I need to go a little bit higher. Now we can do that. Okay, now I need to buy extra ones. That is a massive, massive drop. That goes from 75 to 4.5. So it's a 70-meter drop. After a lot of boosters. So yeah, we will easily reach the 87. Make it unbanked for the funny. Let's see, how fast is it going there? 172. That would only... 140 is the maximum of unbanked large turns. So it's not that extreme. It would be, you know, you would get the second penalty. But not by that much. Let's do this. And a massive loop. Splicing a tiny wild mouse turn at the bottom. I'm not you. How about that? What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, they'll only be slightly too intense. No one will go on this, so it's not very useful. I mean, it'll allow us to charge a lot more for the park entrance, sure. So I guess it kind of could be useful for that. Also, we're kind of running out of cash. I'm spending a bit too much. Whatever. We'll be fine. I have once made a coaster go through a tiny wild mouse turn at 1500 kilometers per hour. Oak lore. So, to the question, what would happen is the answer to that is pain. A lot of it. Fuck, this fish was good. It's good that you put that comma there, otherwise the implications would have been a bit weird. Okay, will it make that inverted top hat? It will. So. We can continue building it. And I think it's time to return to the station. There we go. Let's follow it. Lovely sound this coaster makes. A triple large loop. I'm pretty sure that element doesn't exist anywhere in the real world like that. Still going over 100 kilometers per hour when... Wait, worst value park in the country? Oh, is it because it's broken down so it doesn't count anymore? Whoopsie. We're way overcharging now. 10.23. Well, these have an intensity factor boost, which means we don't get an excitement rating penalty. Because it's only above 10 because of this boost. And this boost is applied after the penalties for having an extreme intensity rating. So we're still fine in the excitement department. Okay, not as many people will ride it. Because it's over 10. But we don't actually care very much about that. Because we charge for the park entry here. By the way, we have literally the exact highest intensity rating possible without getting an extreme intensity rating. You get extreme from 10.24 and up. We have 10.23. Now, you still get the penalty for intensity immediately at 10 for excitement. And also for guests not riding it as often. I mean, they'll still go on it. If it's a little bit over 10. But the word extreme only appears at 10.24. And then ultra extreme at, I think, 12.8? Something like that. The prettiest butt I've ever seen. Ooh, yeah, that's a phoenix butt. A rainbow phoenix butt. Is it yours, Viscree? Also, happy Pride Month. I am kind of curious. One of the mods, could you do a poll? Just to see, just a simple question. Do you identify as LGBT? Yes or no? I'm kind of curious, just what percentage of my chat identifies as LGBT? I'll know it's definitely much higher than the world average. Because naturally there are a lot of queer people in the roller coaster. Well, I've been told, our aspects told me it's not just the roller coaster tycoon community, but also the roller coaster community as a whole. And then of course also considering, you know, this is sort of a Pride Month stream. I mean, it's in the title. It's probably even higher. Twitch kinda gay. Is that... I mean, I guess so, because queer people are more likely to be online because they're more likely to be shunned by people and look for validation online, and thus are more likely to watch streamers. You know, that's a theory that I think, you know, it sounds logical to me at least. It's not good, but it makes sense. A lot of queer people work at Twitch. Do they? Is it actually that a lot of queer people work at Twitch, or is it just that Twitch is very LGBT positive? So the queer people that do work at Twitch have an easier time coming out. There are so many factors that you have to correct for. I'll vote as well. I vote as a no. Because even right now, it probably won't be as big of an effect as it can have. But even right now in this Twitch chat, I am positive that queer people are more likely to vote than non-queer people. Because if you are part of, you know, the smaller community, you are more likely to say, yes, that's me. Look at, you know, here I am. Hear me. Than if you're, you know, the default. Which in this case is not queer. And the effect will be relatively small in this Twitch chat, probably. More smaller than if you just put it somewhere online and they'd have to click a link and whatnot. But this probably still has some effect. I think Gen Z are more likely to identify as LGBTQ, so if you have a younger audience you will get a higher average. Yeah, and that's not because they're actually gay more often. Using gay, or, you know, sometimes as interchangeably for queer or whatever. It's just that they're more likely to have figured it out. Because they're more likely to have grown up in an accepting community. Yeah, it seems to be about 50-50. I do think we need to kind of correct a bit for the fact that queer people are more likely to vote. So, I would say probably 35-40%. And of course, we do only have 37 votes at the moment, so that's also a fairly small sample, which could be biased either way. Okay, I was going to build a ride, but let's Let's actually not beat around the bush anymore and build a proper flag. Let's start with a rainbow. How many tiles do we have here? 9. Okay, let's do... We have a lot of colors here. I think our generation is by far the most accepting, and are by far the most accepting parents. Well, our generation are the parents not of Gen Z, but of Gen Alpha. You know, my average viewer is about 30 years old, so if they have kids, they are probably under 10. And Gen Z are the people who are now 20, not 10. Yellow. Maybe I could, like... Yeah, no, then go to green and, like, put a... sort of a this in between. The way Gen Alpha behaves, I'm not so sure about our generation's parenting. What do you mean with the way Gen Alpha behaves? TikTok and stuff? They're feral. Are they? I wouldn't know. I don't interact with kids much. But the kids I do see are fine. Okay, now that dark blue definitely doesn't look nice there. That doesn't fit there either. Yeah, well, this whole rainbow looks shit. Looks absolutely shit. We can do better. I'll just use these. They are a lot stronger in their color. Yeah, not just too many colors, also too much green in between. You've heard about teachers quitting in droves. Gen Alpha behavior is why. Well, I haven't heard about that. Well, I mean, I've heard about that, but that's nothing new for me, because I've, you know, teachers and work being shit has been a thing that I've been hearing for a long time. But, you know, from the stories I read, mostly on Reddit, about that, it's not just the kids, it's the parents. And, which, fair enough, you said it's the fault of our generation's parenting, so then, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the parents that make it shit. Not the kids. I mean, of course, the parents parent the kids, but, you know, it's the parents that don't allow you to discipline their kids and stuff like that. As someone who works with children who are 5 to 7 years old, I can attest that their behavior is nuts. Like, the worst behavior I saw growing up in school is nothing compared to what these kids do daily. I think it's important to recognize how massive the internet has become in recent years and how awful kids' entertainment is on the internet as well. Fair enough, because back in the day, you know, if you're, for example, Mr. Rogers, and the non-Americans might not know what I'm talking about. I'm also non-American, so I haven't actually watched Mr. Rogers, but I know what it is. You know, that seemed like a very wholesome show. And it was on national TV, and that was the way people watched things, because that was the only way that you could kind of watch things. I think that was the 70s, 80s? But nowadays, it's no longer so centralized, and that wholesome stuff, there's a lot of it. But there's a lot more crap. That's kind of the thing, right? YouTube and later TikTok has allowed anyone, any normal person, you, but more relevantly for this thing, for this point, me, to post their stuff and get a lot of views, and potentially, like me, make a living. And that's very good. You know, I like to think I have a positive impact, and considering the reactions I've gotten from people, I do. But at the same time, it will be a good spot for some food stalls. You mean, like, on the opposite side? I guess so. At the same time, it also allows anyone to put out the most absolute garbage shit you've ever seen. Are the benches next to the flowers? Oh, that too. You know what, we can put some more benches here. Garbage Pail Kids, Ren and Stimpy and Rocco weren't much better. It so happened that today I saw a video on Minecraft Monster School and how terrible it is. And the YouTuber talking about it literally had to censor stuff. You know, very suggestive stuff. Literally people being penetrated. Well, Minecraft characters. Had to censor that so that his video wouldn't be demonetized. Those Monster School videos are still up and monetized, of course, because YouTube be like money, money. But still. Okay, I'm gonna do the balloons a bit differently. Like, one of the scenes that he showed in that video, believe it or not, this was on a Minecraft Monster School video aimed at kids, was a female character being forced full of water, you know, drinking water, then peeing herself, that being caught in some kind of tank, and then that kind of flowing down to some tube to a male character, it being literally a golden shower, and then him trying to catch drops with his mouth. That wasn't in the cartoons you used to watch 30 years ago. But that does get millions of views on YouTube. Right now. And it's monetized. Okay, what we're gonna do with this... Oh god, do I know this by heart? I know the colors. I don't know the order. Do I have the order right? Of this flag? let me look it up. Yes, I do. Nice. Forced to drink water. Why didn't something happen before a challenge regaining a gaming console or something? That was hold your Wii for a Wii. That was a radio station did a challenge where you would need to hold your pee for as long as you could while drinking water, and whoever lasted the longest would win a Wii. You know, a Nintendo Wii. And you know, sounds innocent enough. Some people will wet themselves, but, you know, they know in advance that can happen. They'll bring a change of clothes. You provide a space to change, and it'll be mostly fine. Well, someone died. Because they held their piss too long. Which is not fine. Drink some water. Alright. Cow and Chicken literally had a joke where their home was invaded by female bikers. The bikers were eating their carpet and called the carpet munchers. Okay, but like those kind of jokes, you kind of, you know, you kind of get that in some shows, but the kids don't know what that means. You know, when they hear the word carpet muncher when they're 14, 15, they might be like, oh, hey. But they, at that point, they might not even know what it means. But this was very, very obvious. And I'm, you know, on one hand, I would like to show you how fucked up it is. But I'm not, that's not appropriate to show. I don't even think it's appropriate to show that here. And my audience is 30 years old. On average. Okay, what ride would you guys like me to build next? Oh, built on existing mini-golf. Do you mean exciting? Like existing? These exist? So, well, I'm gonna go custom. Now, you know what? We'll put this on the ground, and we'll go up like that. Someone said earlier, why would you have kids and not parent them? That was Bezita. It's, you know, it's easier, it's more difficult than you think. Now, I don't have any experience with this. Neither does anyone in my family. At least not my immediate family. They do have kids, but they're still like 3 years and under. So they don't have that yet. Nice rendering glitch with the railing. But, you know, when I was, let's say, 8 years old, I would sit in my room, play on the computer without any supervision. You know, my mom was doing whatever, cooking or cleaning or having a, you know, watching TV, doing whatever she does. And I was just playing computer games or playing with Lego or playing, you know, whatever. But at some point I started going on the internet as well. Not when I was 8 much, you know. I would go on the internet when I was 8. Kind of those little, you know, those flash game sites, of course. That was 2004. Max Excitement Minigolf. That's very long though. With 31 holes. But sure, why not? But the thing is, you know, I was allowed to do that. But right now, parents can't do that. They will have to constantly keep watch. Or do a lot of parental controls, I guess, on the stuff their kids use. But you can't just entirely block YouTube. Because kids, you know, there's a lot of good entertainment on YouTube. Kids will need it for school. You know, that they'll be ordered to watch a certain YouTube video for school. That happens. Of course that happens. But you can't keep a watch on them the entire time. So it's easy to say just parent your kids. But that's not easy to do. And I don't know how I would do it. You know what? We can go down for once. Glory holes for the mini golf. Of course. You know, my mom didn't know all the sites I went to. No, most of them, by far the majority, were innocent flash game sites and stuff. But she didn't know. And, you know, the parents of now will probably know most of the sites that kids are going to, because it's all YouTube and Instagram and stuff. It's just a few sites nowadays. But, you know, it's now the channels are kind of function as websites. So I don't have kids, and I'm not anywhere close to having kids, if I will even ever have them at all. But my stepbro has a kid. She's just not even a year old right now. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what he does and, well, what they do when she turns, you know, let's say 6 years old, around that age. And of course, the whole internet landscape will have changed a bit by that as well. Do we have 31 holes? 1, 2, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. So no 31 yet. Let's just make this one very long B hole. Does this fit? No, it don't. I was kind of late to YouTube, personally. I do kind of remember watching YouTube videos before 2011. Because one specific video I mentioned is watching the winning song of 2009 X Factor, which I obviously watched in 2009. But I don't... I only kind of remember actually starting to watch YouTubers in 2011. That's when a friend of mine sent me Pokemon in Real Life by Smosh. Then I started watching Smosh. And from there I slowly discovered other channels. God damn it, that doesn't fit. And in 2011 I was 14. So it's a little bit on the late side. Now this is a long mini golf. I was using it before it got taken over by Google. Yeah, then 2006 or 2005. I'm still shocked by the fact that Google bought YouTube in 2006. I could have sworn it was later. Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious when people say YouTube went to shit when Google bought it. And I'm like, mate, Google bought it in 2006. What do you mean YouTube went to shit after that? Can I make every hole a different color? No. I can do 4 different colors though. But not every one a different color. Do you have 38 holes? Well, I probably have a lot more than 38 holes. You have a lot of tiny pores all over your body. Yeah, so let's just do gay flag. Oh, hey. Google has a little thing that pops up when you search for that. What's a good flag we can use for this? Yeah, shut up, Google. I don't want your thing. The second time I already found it annoying. Red, yellow, green, and blue. The most 4 basic rainbow colors. They already have a rainbow next to it, though. We could... a lot of the flags, a lot of greys and white, though. I kind of like the non-binary flag. Hang on, so the non-binary flag, we can use black kind of as the support color. And then use different kind of colors, these for the holes and stuff. And that will become very, very black. Okay, hang on. If we do then this white, if we make all the walkways white, and then do the holes 2 alternating colors, the purple and the yellow. It's just an experiment, but let's see if it works. Plus it doubles as the Mario and Waluigi pride flag. Hell yeah! I identify as wah. I think that's all of them. Accidentally made a hole white. That sounds not at all wrong. And that one, purple, purple. Wait, we no longer have any black. Well, we'll reintroduce the black somehow. As we can do the black as the supports. Yeah, you know what? The supports will just all be black. What's the running cost of your holes? Oh, incredibly cheap. Okay, so I'm there. Wait, no, there's a hole in between there. You forgot one U-turn. That looks like I did. Okay. And, oops. Yellow. Okay, I want the brighter yellow. This is a lot quicker. We can just click on all the ones that are still black. Okay, this is kind of unsatisfying, but it is how it is. And then I need to do that. And then we're done. Looks kind of good, actually. Found out the AMV I mentioned is old enough to vote. Yeah, YouTube is over 19 years old now. 38. Does it have 38 holes? Oh, it doesn't count past 31, I think. Oh, it's not even finished yet. I think it's perfect for this one to be non-binary because anyone can be a glory hole regardless of gender. That's very true. YouTube is 19 years old. Yeah, next year, 2025, April 2025, it turns 20. How about a boat hire near one side of the little pond, and the exit is out in the middle with no path, so that people can row around the drowning people. That's sadistic as hell, I love it. We'll make the queue longer, guests fight for 2 shots. It doesn't matter, because they'll leave anyway after a while, because they're little bitches. By the way, I discovered something today that I didn't know. And that is that guests don't actually look for benches to sit on. It's not today. It's a few days ago that I discovered that. They also don't look for bins to throw away items in. They will sit on benches and use bins if they happen to stumble upon them. You know, they check the item, they check the tile they are on for bins and benches. But they don't actively look for them. In the boat ride, the drowning pool. That explains why we need so many bins. On the other hand, you might not need as many. Because guests don't randomly turn around. So, you know, if I have these bins here, and then these bins here, the ones in the middle are kind of useless. They're only useful if the guest happens to finish their drink or food item while they're in between the two bins. They're not even useful if these are full, because if bins are full, guests will still try to use them, but their trash will just end up on the ground instead. What's the goal of this park? No idea. 1,000 guests. We'll probably get to that at some point. You know what? I'm gonna build a big tower, just so we can charge some more for the entrance. I always suspected they don't look for bins. So did I, kind of. It wasn't until a few days ago that I actually looked into it. Is the canoe ride not going to murder your park rating and number of guests coming in? Actually, yes. It will. It will entirely. So, it's time for advertising, baby. Off to do some errands. Alright, see you later, Hoover. Okay, has this thing finished testing? It has. Oh, it's a little bit too extreme. Wait, the guests are still going on it. Idiots. You know what, I'll just use the price manager, because I'm lazy. Okay, what can we actually charge for this? Oh. Doesn't work for that. Well, that sucks. Okay, I think we're on the edge, so I'm gonna put in another one, another ride. That people will pay good money for. Time for plushies. Do we have a souvenir store? Yes, we do. I can sell plushies. It would be ideal if guests could hold on to trash for a little while until they come upon a bin. Well, they don't immediately throw it away. They just have a random chance every few seconds to do so. So yeah, there is a chance they throw it away pretty much immediately. Okay. What do you guys want me to build next? The throughput of the boat is insane. It's not bad for such a tiny ride, eh? It's at 480 deaths per hour. Something deadly. We've just built something deadly. How bloodthirsty are you? Giga coaster time. Alright then. How much cash do we have available? Not much. So it'll have to be kind of a small Giga coaster. Yeah, rip in peace park rating. We were doing so well. And then suddenly we weren't. This thing will have quite a high top speed, right? Yeah, it'll do fine. It might go too fast there, actually. Hang on, we should take a look at that. Yeah, that's too fast. Okay, this will still be fine. Yeah, this guest drowning is purely from the boats. I think this should be fine as well. Alright, tiny little Giga coaster. Someone said bitty coaster. There we go. It's got good stats. 6.95, 6.10, 2.91. Slime, what's up? So I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Well, good luck with that, because I'm not streaming tomorrow. I mean, you could be in my chat. You can have a party here if you wish to, but I won't be there. I won't be here to see it. You know what, with the ads we don't need to care about the admission price. We can just charge 200 bucks. And we'll be rich. We'll be rich. We'll be rich. This thing, hang on, wasn't that broken down like a while ago already? Oh, I guess it just broke down again. Okay, how about some scenery? There we go. The Washington statue. And a not at all culturally insensitive Native American. How about another one? And of course we do need cowboys as well. These pistols are massive. Are there enough large statues to make the village people? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know the village people is a kind of a music thing, but I don't know what you mean make the village people. Oh, and in between, of course, we need liberty. Can you bury a pyramid underground? Doesn't have to be visible, just some urban legend material. Sure, how about the space orb? I'm trying to build it underground, not underwater, but... Okay, we can do the searchlight. What about a massive dildo? Oh, there's decorations from a mod, neither from the expansions. Happy Pride Month, Ryan, and thank you for the 16 months. 15 months. These are official RST objects, but you're right that they kind of don't fit in with the rest of the style. That's a random skyscraper bit. Make two Mardi Gras dancers face each other. We don't have that available though. You know, I kind of sometimes prefer to do it with what we have. Just to prevent us from doing the same thing over and over again. I can put some sexual tension between two Native Americans. Look at that. They're staring into each other's eyes. They like each other very, very much. Is it getting hot in here, or is it just me? Look, one of them even brought a toy. The fires are bigger than the guests. Yeah, they have proper bonfires. When I'm done with you, no one can see the toy anymore. You know, I find that impressive because the toy is bigger than the American. Bench babe and bench boobies time. Bench boobies? What? How does that work? Also, hang on, who asked why are our guests drowning? It was Silentium Litwigs. Because we have a boat hire that kills people. Of course we do. Look at that. They're done. And then they die. Let's hope that ride never breaks down. It's a boat hire. It won't. So... bench babe. And... bench boob. Probably should spell that correct, right? This thing has already entertained 114 guests. Not bad. I'm gonna space them out a little bit nicer, so we're gonna put this to 8 seconds. Lol, that park rating though. Very, very nice. It's no one's favorite ride. Maybe it is someone's favorite ride for like half a second before they die. Although, considering the very low excitement rating, I wouldn't count on it. Okay, how about some cards? And of course, some fences. Every park is better with fences. The ride lasts forever. Well, until you die. The ride does last for the rest of your life. Drink some water. I will drink the water the guests are dying in. And it brings me great pleasure to do so. By the way, do you guys remember that a few weeks ago I mentioned that Mr. Beast Chocolate Feastables is now sold in my local supermarket? And I actually tried some. And it was alright. You know, it was chocolate. But I didn't actually look at the price. So today I looked at how expensive the Feastable actually is. So first, I looked at how expensive Milka was. Milka is, you know, I think a somewhat premium brand. And for a 270 gram bar of chocolate, which is quite a big one, it cost $2.70, 2.80, so something like that. A little bit under $3. Milka's premium. I thought it was a little bit premium. Like, not the cheapest. Maybe it's average. Definitely not the cheapest, right? Anyway. The Milka was $2.70. For about €2.70 for 270 grams. The Mr. Beast chocolate bar is actually quite tiny. Because it's only 60 grams, so it's 4.5 times less than the Milka bar I looked at. And it was more expensive. It cost $2.99. That's ridiculous. I don't care how good it is. It wasn't even that amazing. You know, it was chocolate. It was fine. You know, it was very nice. But then again, so is other chocolate. But it's stupidly expensive. What's so special about the Beast brand? Well, Mr. Beast made it, and you know, he says they're only using like a few ingredients, like only 5 ingredients, or maybe now a little bit more. But you know, they're supposed to be a little bit less unhealthy than all the chocolate bars. And I don't know if that's true. I haven't done any research, and you know, but let's assume that's all true. Could very well be. So let's just assume it is. It's still way too expensive. Well, let's have a little look on how expensive Tony Chocolonely. How expensive is it really? Albert Heijn. This is $3.39 for 180 grams. That's much cheaper than Mr. Beast chocolate. Does Albert Heijn not... I shop at a Jumbo. Yeah, 60 grams. $2.99. And 180 grams. 3 times as much. Slightly more expensive. $3.39. And Tony's is a premium brand. You also have like Côte d'Or. Let's see how expensive that is. So this is 200 grams for $4. Which is 20 a kilo. This is 49 a kilo. 50 a kilo. And this is 18 or 19 a kilo. Let's just see. How expensive Milka is. $10 a kilo. Tony Chocolonely is unique in that it does everything they can to be made without slave labor, having the cocoa farmers pay the fair wage and no child labor. Yet Cote d'Or is still more expensive. I don't know what they do necessarily. But then Mr. Beast Feastables is... This is ludicrous. This is absolutely ludicrous. I already thought they were tiny when I saw them, and they were. Like, a 60-gram chocolate bar is surprisingly small. Don't buy it. Oh, I won't. You know, I've tried them, and I'm happy I did. Because I was, I was curious. But I won't try them anymore. No one should buy this. Might be an import thing. That still makes it ludicrously expensive. Like Cote d'Or isn't made in the Netherlands either, right? Or is it? Probably still an import thing. Have you ever gone to an expat store? No? Prices like that are quite common for import stuff. Oh, are they? It's still ludicrously expensive. Like, why would anyone buy them here if they're that expensive? Because that makes no sense. Because if there are import taxes on anything American like that, that means that nothing American can ever be sold in the EU for a normal price. Oh yeah, in the EU there won't be any tariffs, that's right. Alright, what's next? What do you guys want me to build? I once ate a Fulco door bonbon block bar during a 15-minute break when I was 15. Pro tip, don't. What effects did it have? When are you introducing your new chocolate bar made exclusively by drowned guests? Well, I'm still gonna drown more guests. How about the worst coaster? The worst coaster that we have available here. Either the mini or the suspended swinging coaster. I think the suspended swinging coaster might be the worst out of all of these. Well, this one is actually awful, though. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with this one's terrible. And yes, I did see that we have a hardline available, but the hardline's better. I got sent out of class when I showed that same bar to the teacher an hour later. Oh, not nice. I got a great poll idea. Did you used to think that Merci's were premium chocolate? I did. Thought Heartline was the worst. It's got the worst stats if you look purely at excitement to intensity ratio, definitely. But stats aren't everything. The Heartline coaster, if you build it well, has a decent throughput. The trains are decently heavy, so they don't lose a ton of speed, like these do. And because the intensity is so high, you can still charge quite a fair amount for it. So, in that way, the high intensity is actually kind of a boon. You might need to advertise again. People are leaving the park. Yep. Well, we have gotten rich in the meantime. Look at that. We have 60 nice thousand euros. Well, not anymore right now. How long is it going to take you for the park rating to recover from all these drowned guests? About a month. Well, only once we stop drowning guests, obviously. Have you seen the new roller coaster at Thorpe Park in the Uck? It's called Hyperia. It has outside banked turns and stuff. I haven't, but it sounds cool. Yes, really, it will. You know, we've reached the maximum penalty for drowned guests, and of course it kind of refreshes every time. But once we stop, we're still at that penalty of 1,000, and that will dissipate over the span of about a month, or about a week if you're in a scenario with no money. But we do have money here. Can send out a front car video if anyone wants. I'm not gonna watch it on stream right now, but yeah, maybe others will like it. This is not a bad coaster. You know, one of the other reasons the Heartline is great is because it's only one tile wide, which makes it really compact. And great is compared to this coaster type, of course, and not in general. So that you know, the fact that it's really compact helps it out a lot. And steep lift hills. Yeah, it's not the worst coaster type. What if you built a Heartline that covers the entire width of the park? Well, then you've wasted a lot of money. On what level is the chocolate fancy? I don't know. I would definitely say I mean, I've seen Merci so often it doesn't register as fancy. Or say supermarket bonbons. Is it me or are more guests on the Mini than on the Giga? The Giga does have 2,300 guests per hour. The thing is, the throughput is so high that it can, you know, it can immediately process anyone who goes into the line. The throughput of this thing is much lower. We do need to lower this a bit so that we actually use up all the available throughput. Yeah, let's compare throughputs for a bit. The one from the mini coaster is still rising, so we need to wait. I think it's reached its max. Yeah, it's pretty much reached its maximum. So the Giga Coaster is processing more guests per hour than the Mini Coaster. But the Giga Coaster's queue line is nearly empty. And the Mini Coaster's queue line is full. That's because this one's at its limit. And the Giga Coaster was, at the time you made that, you said that, it was at 2300 per hour. Not the 1900 it's at right now. And that's an interesting thing, right? A lot of people think about that the wrong way. They think a long queue line means the ride is super popular. Can be. But maybe its throughput is just very low. Any go-karts will have a long queue line if you make the queue line long enough. It will be full. Because the throughput is low. And the ride is, decently popular. But this Giga Coaster can process probably like 4,000 guests an hour, maybe even 5,000. So, you need a lot of guests to go on it before the queue line gets full. Kinda do wonder what the maximum is. I kinda want to direct people that way a bit. You know what? I'm gonna stop this now. And allow them to live. Just so that we can get more guests. I want to max out the Giga Coaster. You are on garden duty. So, in the meantime, I probably shouldn't build more rides actually. I should probably, now hang on, to test this, I should just do that. Do that. Do that. So that they'll all go on the only available rides. That's the way to do that. Because it's only got 6 intensity, which is in most people's range. Love the non-binary flag for the golf course. Well, thank you. So let's see. A lot more guests will be going on this now. Let's see how high the throughput can get. Queue line is filling up a little bit. But the trains are not full yet. Still not a full train. So yeah, we don't have enough guests, but it's already at above 3,000 guests per hour. Let's see, inspect park rating. Okay, maybe it takes a little over a month. Or it might take a little while before it starts recovering. I thought I measured it to be a month, maybe I got that fact wrong. Either way, it's recovering rather quickly. Yeah, it's definitely more than a month. And still, this thing hasn't reached its peak throughput. It's recovering at 7 per day. Yeah, so 1000 divided by 7 is 143. So that would be half a year. So a month is probably for... I probably got it wrong. A month is probably for when you have no money. Because I knew it's about 4 times as fast. Still, half a year for 1000 penalty is still quick. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the maximum capacity. It's already at over 4000 per hour. And I think we do have full trains now? Yeah, we do. Q-Line's not getting quite filled up yet, though. It still takes a long time. Wait, why is our rating going down again? Is it because of overcrowding? Yes, they're now unhappy because of overcrowding. You bastards. We're still not reaching maximum throughput. Despite the 1500 odd guests now in the park. Okay, it looks like finally every train's gonna be full. And yeah, we're at about 4300 guests an hour. And there's no photo section in here to mess it up. 4600 even. So yeah, it's nearing 5000. And the queue line's still not filled up. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The guests can still barely keep up with it. Ah, goddammit, it's broken down. Well, I think the experiment has run fine. About 4400 is the maximum. 4500. There we go. Suddenly the park rating goes up really quickly. Because, you know, during this time, while the guests got a bit unhappy, we were still recovering from the casualty penalty. So when they suddenly get happy very quickly, we get both effects at the same time. And you can kind of imagine the line going on between here. Kind of works. If we look at this. Casualty penalty, only 180 left. So, there's another interesting function. Interesting plugin. The dynamic dashboard. Now, there's a lot here. Ignore the averages of the park ratings. Those aren't right. Those still need to be fixed. This is still a beta version of this. But this is everything that happened in this park. Not made by me, made by someone else. And, well, these are the stats. We've been 98 minutes in real time, 549 days in game time, 245 is a year. 631 track design. That's wrong. Or maybe 631 track like pieces placed. I think that's it. Placed 39 stalls or facilities. Placed 1300 footpath pieces apparently. 1100 scenery. Oh, that's also removing all the stuff at the start. 14 landscaping actions. Then 143 staff actions. Those are generally not that useful to me because, you know, staff actions I kind of know what those mean. People relocations I know what they mean, but track design, you know, that doesn't intuitively say anything to me. Total guest generation and total guest admission, and then current guest count. Soft guest cap, it says. Then average weight of the guests, average wealth, guest happiness, guest energy, and then all the other stats. You can also have them as numbers. Park value doesn't really fit on there. That needs to be changed. He can do that below each other. There's enough space. Park size, park rating. This is still in progress, so, you know, don't worry too much about it not being right, everything. Entity count, so guest count, staff count, balloon count, glitter count. Uninvented items, those are things I can still research. Dirklink released his Imagination Megapark. I've already downloaded it, and I kind of wanted to show it on stream right now, but considering Slime hasn't watched the video yet, and others might not have either, I will not show it on stream. I might do it in a future stream. Stalls and facilities, and, you know, finance, total income, total profit, kind of interesting. Total expenditure, company value, rides. We don't have many rides. We only have 9 rides. Average excitement, intensity, and nausea. Average value, $5. What does that mean? Can't be right. Average age of rides, 11 months. Yeah, not all of this is entirely intuitive, but it's an interesting plugin that's currently being worked on. I'm fine with the spoilsies for me, but others might not. Okay, is anyone currently against me showing off Dirklink's Megapark? Imagination Megapark. Does anyone still want to watch the video without spoilers? I don't even know what he worked on this, his latest video. I don't watch the series. Maybe Dirklink. I mean, I'm not gonna go over everything because that would take way too long anyway. You gotta watch his video for that. And he will be making more Megaparks in the future. So if you like it, absolutely subscribe to him. Okay, no one is against me taking a look at Dirklink Megapark, so let's do it. This is, I assume, the entrance. Got nearly 10,000 guests. This is Dirklink Imagination Megapark. Inspired by Magic Quarters, I assume. But here it's sort of Magic 8th? 8. It's divided into 8 different sections. This is the best park I've ever seen. Personally, I will not go that far, at least yet, because I haven't really seen much of it yet. I've only mostly seen big screenshots. Okay, I do wonder, is this... Okay, this seems to be no custom scenery, except for the fact that he made all the items that do exist recolorable. So, for example, the trees. This one usually doesn't have that color, but now it does. So, this is the entrance. It's absolutely flippin' massive. There's a big parking garage here with, you know, futuristic roads going to it. And a lot of cars in it. This is 80 episodes. That's a lot, by the way, on his channel. And on both sides. And then here's the entrance. Look at that, he even made an entertainer do his thing on a horse. That's very cool. Cash machines and info kiosks. Yeah, cash machine functions greatly as a ticket booth. And then you gotta have very good stamina for this massive staircase. Thank you for the links, 9. This is an absolutely massive staircase made out of what they're called river rapids tiles, track pieces. Yeah, it's not very accessible. Yeah, I'll already deduct points for not being handicap accessible. Hey, apparently you can go on here because there's a guest watching here. It's called Surmot. Also, hang on, Stein wanted me to drown him. Why are some of these colored? Are those like big Patreon supports or something? Anyway, Slime. There you go. There's always some... I think he froze you somewhere. I can't drown you. This is not gonna happen. Unless I unfreeze you. There we go, now you're dying. With the peep editor. Goodbye. Right. So, here's the entrance. Here's the proper entrance with massive doors. And then some very neat flower beds. This is, you know, kind of standard stuff. Flower beds are recolored. These, usually you can't recolor. This is, you know, the kind of the purple one. But this is fairly standard stuff. Very nicely done. But it's the standard flower beds and that kind of stuff. But then you go to either side. And then it becomes kind of non-standard and very cool. This is where the dirt path that I hated on earlier kind of works. Not kind of, just does. This is only in your file. Yeah, I downloaded it. And I won't save this, but if I do, I can just re-download the original. Hey, look at that, he got a hardline. But he actually put some turns in his hardline. And it's an actual proper coaster. Is it a plugin to recolor the vegetation? No, just custom scenery items. I of course can't go over everything in detail. Not only do I not know any of the details, because as I say, I haven't watched it. I've seen occasional updates or screenshots and stuff, but that's all. Look at this. Dragon head bulls. There's some animals doing their mating rituals here. There's a massive coaster. Big out and back wooden coaster even features a loop. Look at this. This eighth of the park is kind of Grand Canyon inspired. It's very canyony, very old, Wild West. There's a tarot top. I assume the P is silent. A little monster truck ride called the Pit. Now with an entrance there. There's gone many hours into this. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Very nice bridge. Then we have Canyon Trencher. It's a very kind of on the nose name. We have a Raptor Caravan, kind of a transport ride going around it. And look at this with all this custom support work. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Someone should show this park to Chris Sawyer. I mean, rumor goes he doesn't like Sandbox. Then again, that rumor is probably at least a decade old. So even if he did indeed, even if that's true, his opinions might have changed. Look at that, someone's bungee jumping. Or sort of. Skydiving. Whatever it exactly is. The airship. Leap of Faith. Got a pyramid here with a 3D cinema in it. And then next to it we have Lava Land. Which is has a big coaster in it called Inferno. 8 Excitement. It is just beautiful. Lots and lots of volcanoes everywhere. And again, I kind of hate it on the black ash dirt path, but it works here. Yeah, as I said, it does have some places where it works, and this is one of them. Airship Odyssey. Nice. Ooh, my goodness. Look at this. A water slide or lava slide? How do they... Are those corkscrew cars? Race cars? Oh, he made them invisible. I guess, sort of. Something like that. You only see the wheels. You gotta watch the top of the volcano for a while. Where is it? Oh. Oh, that ride. Yeah, I've seen that. I remember that. You posted that on Reddit too, I believe. That was the volcano exploding. We'll probably see it again. I meant the mini-sus. Is the mini-sus going to do anything special? I mean, there we go. Oh, you are kidding. Duh. It's cool though. I mean, it's a mini-sus with hardline trains. Wait a minute. This is not a mini-sus with hardline trains. This is a single rail coaster with hardline trains. There it is again. Lots and lots of buildings. Hey, it's Danish. The lift is Danish. Look at these edges. Absolutely wonderfully made as well. Dirklings loves to edge. Now in the middle, we have very heroic music. Mystic style. And a massive castle. With a big coaster in it. Called Majesty. This castle is incredibly well done. It's very impressive. Is this the highest point of the park? The green Danish flag? I would wager it is. Well, maybe that is higher actually. It's definitely a big center point of the park. That works very, very well. Now, on the other side of kind of the main promenade, we have, what shall I dub this? Steampunk land? Sort of? I don't really know what else to call it. It's got a massive Ferris wheel here. That's a zipper ride. Sort of a combination between a zipper ride and a Ferris wheel. Because you don't go upside down, but you do go like a zipper. And it's wonderfully made. With the Ferris wheels and the pipes. He calls it Sprocket City. Well, I call it Steampunk Land. And a wonderful hypercoaster here. Of course, very nice support work. And I always love a mine ride. Mine train coaster, I should say. 8.40 excitement. Ooh, not bad. For a mine ride? Huh. Really good. Look at this conveyor belt with it. Why are some of them in reverse? I suppose those are rocks coming out of the ground. Those are twister coaster front train thingies. Hey, dinghy sliding it. No, not twister coaster, air-powered coaster. Why do you get... I don't get it, why it is dinghies. I don't get why these are different trains than we actually get here. Oh, hey there, Clink. What's up? Thank you for the gifted subs line. I think you may recognize this park. You know, you've probably spent long enough on it that you would recognize any kind of tiny corner of it. I was just kind of taking my first look through it. Because I've never seen this park. I mean, I've seen it on screenshots and I've seen little things, but I've never actually seen it. Any kind of properly. And I've already gone through these areas. I really like the volcano. I have seen that. You posted that on Discord and I think also on Reddit. It's gonna explode again in 3, 2... Well, I was almost right. Yeah, little things like this ores with also them being different colors. It's very neat. Very nice. It's those little details, right, that are nice. It's especially the movement. Because it's the thing I think a lot about in my videos. If I have a shot, I always try to have some movement in it. Be it some guests moving about or a train going. And it's the same kind of if you look at the park. So this smoke and this kind of ore thing. It's very nice. And, you know, guests moving about here. Or I think that might actually... It's an actual mini-golf? I don't know. I don't know if that was a scenery guest or an actual guest. Either way, it's nice. I thank you for the 30-month cringe. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. I'm looking at Dirkling Spark right now. So if you like this, subscribe to him on YouTube. And we also have this bit, which there's kind of two different sections in this 8th. Oh, this ride seems nauseating as hell. I would get absolutely knackered in this. The discombobulator. Well, that's right. When you click on it, you get the shoestring below the ground. Now you follow on the little window. And here you get a soapbox derby track. Yeah, nice little racing ride. The Zeppelin. There's so much stuff. Look at this window washing. Or building washing, whatever, crane. You know, Giga Coaster, and then here, crane rope, a single rail, then a Martian object, recolored, and then a suspended monorail vehicle. You know, the way my mind works is, especially for my recent videos, all the optimization, right? I beat empty airfield with only drowning guests, by constantly drowning everyone. I sold 20 million balloons. Extreme height with only 2 tiles. My mind, when I kind of get to know new tricks, my mind immediately applies them to how can I beat scenarios in interesting ways, or abuse the hell out of it. I imagine Dirklink's mind works the same, but for scenery, right? You're like, I want a crane, and immediately you have kind of in your mind, okay, I can kind of do that and do that. And not immediately everything, of course, you still kind of experiment, but you know where to look. And that's kind of similar to what I do with the optimization. So while I'm not at all, this good with scenery, I do kind of get it. But in a different way. Drown Guest 69. I think you're probably too late for that, considering we're in year 353. Yeah. the oldest guest is 152,000. It makes me feel like a little baby making my silly little parks. Oh, but those are sometimes absolutely lovely. Especially if you made them yourself. Yeah. We all do different things. Dirklink and I are really good in Roller Coaster Tycoon. You might not be, but you might be really good at something else. The closest one. Let's see if we have one. 169. We should have one with 169, right? Do we have one with who has 69 twice? Doesn't look like it. Well, this one does. Well, that one's already occupied. This one has 69 and 96. Where's my water? There it is. I exploded a lot of guests throughout the making of this park, so the lowest guest number is pretty high. Just because you got too many guests? Okay, let's go and move on to the 4th quarter 8. The 4th 8. This is... what kind of land is this? You have an official name for it, I'm sure of it, but... And people will tell me right now, but what would I call this without looking at the chat? Oh, this is underwater. Of course. You can see the water line here. Yes. Yeah, subsea sands. That makes sense. This is meant to all be underwater. Now, if you actually put water here, you know, looks horrendous. So, yeah, obviously you didn't do that, because you can't see shit underwater. Sometimes I needed the number of guests to be a bit lower for my recordings. Oh, I've done that too. But, you know, sometimes guests can't immediately explode. For example, when they're sitting on a bench, they can't explode. So then I start recording, the guest gets up and explodes, and that's then in the video. I could record it again, but I think it's funny to leave it in and have people comment, hang on, did that guest just explode at 3:59 in the video? Okay, we have a big lighthouse here with even a lighthouse light. And that wonderful track architecture. Oh my god, so many monorails. I got some slides here, I got some sharks. A turtle. Turtles all the way down. A lot of lovely pastel colors. So another swimming turtle, a sunken ship, an eel. Lots of foliage on the ground as well, very well done. These big red grass. A scuba diver. And of course, the lamps with the flower lamps. Look for a ride, a dolphin taxi. It will blow your mind. Is that? Yes. No, it's just a dolphin. Is it this one? Because I already saw that. I don't know how this is done. I mean, there's obviously some invisible track here. Are they just multiple synchronized rides? Or did you... Is it one... I think it's one ride and probably just merged onto different tracks. Am I right? Like you split the train in twain. Hey, the little, very underused dog statue from the pagoda theming. It's indeed one ride with the vehicles of all trains moved onto 3 separate tracks. Okay, so I got that right, which kind of makes me feel good, because it means I'm still kind of in touch with how that all works. Yeah, you gotta watch these videos on Dirkling's channel. And even if it's not for watching the Mega Park, it's for watching whatever he makes next. Now, I imagine your next project won't be as big as this one. You know, he's made a bunch of good parks before, like Class Action Mega Park. I don't know if that was a Mega Park, but Class Action Park at least. And some more stuff that I don't know the name. I think one was just called Dirkling Mega Park. Okay, now this area is very black. I call this one Nightmares. Gothland. Is it actually what it's called? Misery Marsh. Yeah, it kind of fits with with my name of Nightmares. We got Bone Rattler. Class Action Mega Park took me 2 months. This park took me more than a year. Next project will definitely be smaller. Yeah. I imagine so. Imagine. It's a very odd vibe, but it works. I like all the the black with then the different color accents, 3 different colors. The flames. This definitely looks like some kind of underworld, strange level from some video game, right? Wait, that track piece exists? I didn't know the small level to steep piece for the looping coaster track existed. Huh. Interesting. You gotta watch the Doomerang. Is this the Doomer? No, that's just random scenery stuff, I guess. Shot tower. Let's see if I mean, I can always use the right name thingy majing. But yeah, right list. And let's see if I can find it myself. That small level to Steve transition for looping lim was added in OpenRCT2. Oh, I know that, but I didn't even know it was available there. Or there. Here. You just saw it. Oh, this is the Doomerang. Okay, so we're right there. This looks trippy because we're... The front car's at the back, so it's kind of a weird... Okay, oh. Watch it ride. I mean, there's not much special about this ride in particular. It's a fairly standard boomerang ride. It almost crashes into a pit of doom at the end. That trick I've seen before. I've used it before as well. I haven't seen the pit of doom yet. You say almost, but it's not that almost. I imagine with guests it will be almoster. Because it will go further, of course. I imagine it was calibrated on guests. But there aren't many around here at the moment. Oh, a nice little... A little... It's not that small, it's quite big. Reverser coaster. Okay, and then next to it we have... Night City. I will call this Night City. Now it kind of goes from daylight to night. Did you hear that? That was wonderful. They'll come back. Huh? Do they take a detour on the way there? That's clever. They go around this way on the way there, and then they go around the other way on the way back. That's very clever. Science station. Oh yeah, this is a big rocket. The invisible space rings. Wait, you have the invisible space rings? I didn't see those. Where? Woher? You might still enjoy the water coaster in the Cyan area and Mystery Marsh. Right in the void. Oh, very nice. Yes, I see. The Cyan water coaster. That doesn't look healthy. Or safe. I guess if you keep your arms and mouth inside the ride, you'll be fine. But it doesn't look entirely safe. Hang on. This is not your normal ride. Okay, then you go like that. That's very clever. Well done. You know, all of these tricks I know. The tricks are not anything new to me, but the applications are very clever. And that's of course it. Because I don't think you've, you know, broken... Maybe you've like done one or two new tricks here. But most of the stuff is just incredibly clever applications of already existing tricks. And that's the nice thing about it. And of course, you gotta know about all that. That's what I mentioned earlier, right? You gotta know about all of those tricks. You gotta have all of them in your head, So that when you have something that you want to build in your mind, you know how, you know, what tricks you need to use, shoestring, merges, whatever, to be able to build that. And that's what's most impressive. Because technically, building this right, you know, it's a bit of faffing with merging, but other than that, you know, some zero clearance stuff, it's not particularly difficult. But coming up with a way to do it, that's the difficult part. The trick is inside the head, contained fully within the confines of the skull. The head exists with the trick inside of it. I mean, sort of, yeah. Nice Mayan temple, Aztec temple, whatever, as well. It's kind of impressive how this properly looks like day and this properly looks like night. Some nightclub music. Is that acid style that I hear? I don't even know which ride is playing it. Yes, it is. It's composed by Aura Specs. Oh, this makes me think of Time Twister, the pre-built Twister coaster. That's kind of the same color scheme. This as well, you know, for example, the use of these, what they're called, dinghy slides. And the cog wheels behind there. Yeah, making the entertainer walk here. The vandalized Martian lamp. And the litter here on the ground. I think that's litter. Yeah, stuff like that. And the thing with the doors open here. The hover car. That's wonderful. Because it's those kind of details. And there are way more details that I can ever cover in, you know, the half hour or so that I'm watching. Maybe an hour that I'm watching on this on live stream. But every time you look at it again, you will uncover more details. Like a trashed hover car. It's ooh, they got the Florida trains on this. I like that. Oh, wait. I thought it was fairly standard coaster, but no, they're on both sides. Very nice. I like that trick. I did that once years ago, but it didn't. I had a little bit of problem with the synchronizations of the two rides. But these synchronize very well. Yeah, do go to Dirkling's channel. I'll show his channel in a minute as well. Thank you for the advertising, Slime. Okay, this is way too bright. But there's nothing we can do about that. Because that's what you get when you do snow. It does work very well when you're kind of zoomed out because it's a smaller bit. But if you just zoom in... There's a reason I don't often put snow shots in my videos. Only if I have to. Other than that, I will rarely do it. They're so incredibly bright. But they can still look very cool. Of course, a bobsled. I didn't mean to do that. It's kind of a standard ride for snow. But there's a reason it's a standard. I like the way that you made this kind of, you know, twister track, actual track, and then go into a bobsled. What about the night snow palette? Didn't we have a discussion about that? I don't like custom palettes. That discussion, you know what I mean. Maybe here I might prefer it because it's such a big area of ice and snow. Oh, look at that, a Christmas tree. With even presents. We got the this is like one of the candy stuff and then the big snowflakes. Very well done. Hang on, are these zeppelins all around? These go all around the park. I've seen these in many areas. Yeah, a little snowball arch. Nice. I haven't given this a name, but I'll call this Frostland. Yeah, it's very generic. Dirkling probably got a better name for it. Look at this. We got an ice racing track with obstacles here. Bobsleigh also has a launch track, does it? Hang on, where is it? There it is. Oh, right here, I think. Very nice. Some nice buildings. Another bridge. And then a big sort of ice castle? Palace? Thing? I don't know what exactly it is, but it's nice. The air balloons go through every area and they have their stations in the giant landmarks like the Aztec Temple and the lighthouse. Okay, that makes sense. So I assume this should be close to the station now. I think this is the station. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. This purple works very well. Purple on the ice. Let's have a drink. And then we have a launched coaster here, I think? Yes. A pneumatic launch, otherwise it will never get up to speed that quick. Wait, is it a launch or is there a cable lift there? No, it's a launch. It's definitely a launch. Okay, on to Poopland. Now this is Candyland, obviously. The last 8 that we are looking at. And it's got a massive pile of candy in the middle. With the Parthenon. You know what I like? I already saw this earlier. This Giga Coaster goes a little bit into Frostyland. And it kind of combines the themes, which is a very nice touch. Diabetes Mountain. Yes, Diabetes Mountain. This is very Willy Wonka. And very brown. I've just one thing to say, Dirkling. Brown is not a theme. I kid. Wait, this looks like underwater again. But a little bit different. It's not supposed to be underwater. But it kind of looks like it. It's got the same color palette. I think this is supposed to be sort of a candy foresty thing. The Giga Coasters are fun to follow. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, it's one coaster. And it goes around twice. Oh, that's clever. I assume it is. Yeah. Look at that. Well timed. And this is the bit in the other bit. And then now we go around for a second time. Now we're on the other side. And here we go back to the station. Imagine walking through the icy bit. Well, if you've come to the rest of the, if you've come in your t-shirt for this bit and then you go to the icy bit, might be a little bit on the cold side. I hope they have some big puffy coats here for the peeps that are just in their t-shirt. Which seems to be everyone. Lurkling's next project should be an NSFW park. Just call it Porno Park. And make like the most detailed veiny cocks out of scenery and rides. Now you know what? Imagination Mega Park can be that too. Use your imagination. But that is the park. And it's massive. It's absolutely massive. We should take a look at some statistics. For example, total customers. 556,000. Airship Odyssey. Yeah, it's got the most per hour. It's everywhere. It makes sense. Least amount of... Okay, lots of it 0. What's the least amount non-zero? Angry Turtle Mitch. Well, yeah, it's only got one turtle. It's got 96 an hour. And it's only built 26 years ago, so very recently. Customers per hour. Yeah, Odyssey at the top, of course. Age. This year. Zip. 347 years ago. Queue length. 126. Oh, you've kept the queues quite a reasonable length, actually. Queue time 38 minutes for card bumpers. It's only 23, but the ride has a terrible throughput. Downtime 100% for some. Yeah, smoke, of course. I imagine you have the cheat on... Yeah, no breakdowns. Guest favorite, of course, Airship Odyssey. Now, the big one. Excitement. 15! Have you given it 255 rotations? Yes, you have. It also got 64 intensity. It may be very exciting, but I don't think anyone would ride it. But very importantly, the nausea is 64.05. Okay, but the biggest actual ride is Pyro Plummet with 9.23. I must say, I'm a little bit disappointed that you don't have any ride with over 10 excitement. Would have liked that. That's my only note for this park. The only one. What's the lowest? 0. Well, not yet known, of course. Oh, none with 0. Why did I say 0 probably? That's for excitement and nausea. That's for intensity and nausea, not for excitement. Excitement is never 0. Unless you're a chairlift with one station. Intensity, yeah, 64. Then this is a timing track thing, so it doesn't count because no one will ride it. And the most intense is Majesty. So under 10. And that gives extra points. That gives bonus points. No, none over 10. Nausea. Why do, like, with these not yet known sort in random places? Either way, the highest is 9.37. Again, under 10. Very nice. That's all for those statistics anyway. This guy has swept 960 litters, and it's been employed for 239 years. Adam has fixed 1400, no, fixed 0, of course, but inspected 1400 rides. We have no security guards, and these don't have statistics. How much have I swept? Damn, that's a lot of... I assume I'm not in here, because I'm not active in your Discord and I don't watch the videos, so... Slime. There you go. I think you're an entertainer. We already drowned that one. Now it's time to drown this one. He swept 2017 litters and emptied 407 bins. What about me? Yeah, I'm impressed by the amount of different names in here. Then again, you did go on for over a year. You swept a little more, actually. Are you also in here? No, you're not. Unless you're at the top. No, still not. Well, then that's it. Drowned some relevant people. Oh wait, hang on. We gotta do one more thing. We gotta drown the Durmaster himself. Ah, you're this entertainer. That's cool. I noticed this one at the start. That's cool. And now you're gonna die. Hang on, I wanna see the light go out in your eyes. That's how I made Slime go, right? Yeah. There we go. Bye-bye. That's what Voldemort said. I want to see the light go out in your eyes in book 4 when he tried to kill Harry. So that's Dirklink Mega Park, and I'll quickly show you his channel where you need to go to. You can find it easily by just searching Dirklink. And yeah, he just uploaded this one. His latest video on it, I assume that's a showcase. He's been doing that a lot. And again, it's been going on for a year. You know, what he does is makes updates videos like this one. And just contests. Well, you know what I'm impressed by, Dirklink? You know, sure, the Mega Park, but also the fact that you're consistently running all those contests and that they have consistently a lot of entries and stuff, a lot of activity. Because, sure, my community is bigger, but your community is more active, at least with that kind of stuff. So I'm very impressed by that. Yeah, you know, very good channel. Your most viewed videos, 5 years old. Same for me. Never been able to surpass that. Both of our most viewed videos are very old. I'm always overjoyed when Slime joins one of my contests. Slime always just makes the most inappropriate entries, I assume. You know, I kind of sometimes want to join in your contest, but I know I will lose motivation halfway through. And especially on the multiplayer, you know, if it's a solo contest, I can just not hand it in. If it's on the multiplayer squares, they'll just look bad. And that's not nice. I did participate in the octopus contest, though. But I built that one on stream, that kind of worked. Oh yeah, Max has gotten really good. He won the... which one did he win? The 3x3, right? Recently with his... yeah, with this. With the solar system. And that was actually... a possible winner 1, possible winner 2. The winner is Max. I only joined the Bikini Ladies contest. Wait, there was a specific Bikini Lady contest? Or did you mean the Octopus contest? Because I put Bikini Ladies in that anyway. Hang on, where's mine? It's not that high up. Wait, no, oh, it was the Bikini Lady. I did not do the Octopus test, I did the Bikini Lady one. But I put octopuses in that. I got it the wrong way around. When was that? I'll just search for Dirklink Bikini. I expected that to happen. I'm not finding it. Mardi Gras. There we go. You know, I did expect that to happen, but it's YouTube, so I was like, there's probably nothing too scandalous on there. Where is the contest? I'm still not finding it. What is it called? I think I just got the name wrong. Or is it actually called Mardi Gras? Oh, Mini Exotic Dancer. There we go. Mini Exotic Dancer. You see, that works. Okay, where was I? There we go, that's mine. I put it right on the top there. Yeah, it's not the only one I've ever joined, but it's the only one in recent times. I think I beat you, did you? Wasn't this yours with the ketchup? I believe this was yours, right? Must be honest, this wasn't one of my favorites. Maybe I don't get the joke. I don't. If there's a joke, I don't get it. So it's maybe my bad. Marcel sure knows his anime. Absolutely. So again, this is Dirklink Mega Park. Just fits on my screen nicely if I zoom out all the way to scaling factor of 1/2. And that is going to be the live stream. So yeah, subscribe to Dirklink. Go watch his stuff. You don't have much outside of YouTube and Discord, do you? You don't stream. Well, if you do, you do on YouTube. So yeah, he has a Discord as well. You can probably find it under all his videos. That would be a logical place to put it. Let's see if I can find someone to raid. Yeah, someone with 75 viewers is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, good timing. They just returned. Like I opened their stream. There's an empty chair, and as I'm watching, they return. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Dirklink, for this park. It was fun to explore. And I'll see you all later. Have a good night or rest of your day. Have a good time at Kelpsie's live stream. Give her a little raid. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.